Matt Reeves, the filmmaker of Batman, has disclosed that he turned down the opportunity to create a standalone Batman film starring Ben Affleck. The previous script was deeply related to the DCEU, and was nearly James Bond-ian according to the director. When asked if he'd want to take on the Caped Crusader, the 55-year-old filmmaker stated why Affleck's Batman movie wasn't precisely what he had in mind during an interview with Esquire Middle East. He said, "I read a script that they had that was a totally valid take on the movie. It was very action-driven. It was very deeply connected to the DCEU, with other major characters from other movies and other comics popping up. I just knew that when I read it this particular script was not the way I'd want to do it." That script, it turns out, was written by Ben Affleck and would have starred him in his own solo movie, recreating the DCEU's version of Batman. Reeves, on the other hand, declined. He said, "I said, look, I think maybe I'm not the person for this. And I explained to them why I love this character. I told them that there have been so many great movies, but if I were to do this, I'd have to make it personal, so that I understood what I was going to do with it, so that I know where to put the camera, so that I know what to tell the actors, so that I know what the story should be." Reeves appears to have ultimately won them over with his new concept, casting Robert Pattinson as his own Dark Knight. Instead, the Batman digs into Bruce Wayne's early days as a crime fighter, which has now been revealed to be a considerably grimmer and grittier version. While Ben Affleck's version was exhilarating, Reeves says it wasn't the picture he intended to produce. He said, "This take, I told them, pointing at the script, is a totally valid and exciting take. It is almost James Bond-ian, but it wasn't something that I quite related to." Warner Brothers thankfully permitted Reeves to stick to his original concept. With Peter Craig co-writing the script, it appears there will be a darker narrative to tell at least, if the current teaser is any indication. This new Batman film, inspired by the Zodiac Killer murders, leans more towards horror and detective tale than previous Batman films. With Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth, Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, and Paul Dano as the Riddler, Robert Pattinson stars as the Batman. Matt Reeves directs the Batman, which is based on a script he co-wrote with Peter Craig. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.